Early in the pandemic, it was predicted that divorce would surge due to the stressors of quarantine, but it has been the complete opposite. The United States divorce rate has hit a 50-year low, and here to explain the why and how COVID is affecting our relationships is mental health and fitness expert Lacey Alderson. Lacey, thank you so much for joining us today. Does this sharp decline mean that couples are just happier in lockdown than expected, or are they staying together for other reasons?
Well, first of all, what a giant surprise. I don't think any of us saw this coming to see the numbers going this way, but it's a little bit of both, Mercedes. You definitely have people that were able to spend more time with their spouse and really reconnect, if you will. But then there was also a lot of polls being done, and 58% of both men and women did admit that they had a greater sense of appreciation for their mate during COVID.
So being together more is actually helping our relationships.
And I think a lot of people, like I said, never would have thought that. But can you believe that that's the case? The more time we are spending together, the more we are appreciating, connecting, and being more visible with our mate and seeing them in their daily role and appreciating what they're bringing to the table that maybe we hadn't noticed before.
Now let's talk about children and what their role is in couples staying together. Is that a major factor?
You know what? Couples with children, it's always been a factor, obviously, with children. You never want to break up a family. But now you have these aspects of homeschooling, and schools are closed and daycares are closed. And people are thinking, wait a second, if I was going to have joint custody, really, what would it look like? And how would my role change with these new restrictions being placed upon my children and their day-to-day activities?
Definitely something to think about. Also, a lot of people lost their jobs during this time. And do unemployment rates and lack of money coming in, does that play a role in the lack of divorces?
I mean, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Divorce is expensive. It's expensive to begin with. And then we add this factor of unemployment, and how are we going to deal with the settlement that would come in? I mean, you don't really know what's going on with the business. And sometimes it's a family business on top of it. So finances aren't just the basic finances of divorce, but really what that settlement and what the entire family would look like with these new restrictions in place as well.
So it could really just be a pause in divorce because of the finances associated with this. Is it basically one of those situations where time will tell as soon as this pandemic is over?
I have to be completely transparent, Mercedes. Time will absolutely tell.
Well, we appreciate your knowledge and great information, Lacey. Thank you so much. Las Vegas Now will be right back.